Hey everybody, John Bustecker here with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and we are doing a Facebook Live today with our military recruiter, Rick DeMarco. Hello, Rick.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Glad to be here. We got a lot to tell you, a lot of good news.
So we're going to talk all about military recruiting today, and this is sort of specifically geared toward people that are either in the military currently or maybe retired recently, or maybe it's been a little while,
yes,
and you want to work at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And if that's the case, the person to talk to is Rick DeMarco. So Rick, maybe tell me a little bit about your background before we get started. And if you have questions, do me a favor, put them in the comments below. We're going to do our best to answer as many questions as we can. They're going to be sending them in. We have a few ready to go as well, though. Sir. But Rick, tell me a little bit about your background. How did you end up here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
So, you know, for all you out there that just while I go to answer this, if you're not military, you can still hang on and watch this because we have a lot of opportunities that we're specifically focusing on military right now, military spouses, National Guard and Reserve. But so just to let you know, if you're transitioning or you're struggling a little bit to try to find your way after the military, or you're getting ready to get out, I know how you feel. I did 21 years in the Marine Corps. I retired as a Master Sergeant E8. I was a maintenance chief in a Harrier Squadron when I retired in Yuma, Arizona. And I got out of the Marine Corps, and I still wanted to serve, just like you do. I ended up, I had a 90% disability rating, couldn't really do much, running or things like that. But I went ahead and I got into the junior RTC. I did that for 13 years at high school. I loved the kids, loved all the stuff I did. But when you're young, like a lot of us are, especially when we first get out, you think you have to do something for 30 more years, but there's other careers. Mm-hmm. So I found myself in my third career here, loving it, the best job I've ever had in my life, working for the best company I've ever worked for in my life, recruiting military veterans, spouses, National Guard, and Reserve. And what I wanted you to know about it is whatever you're going through, I'm a veteran and I love veterans. I love helping people. I'll sit on the phone with you. I'll help you with everything, your veteran benefits. I'll help you walk it right through. We pride ourselves in our customer service, and I promise you, you'll not find better customer service. As a matter of fact, militarytimes.com and Best for Vets ranked us #1 in Florida for law enforcement, hiring military veterans and National Guard and Reserve and military spouses. And we're ranked #2 in the nation for doing the same for law enforcement. So you give us a call, you give us an email, and I'll walk you through the whole process. If you decide to apply, I promise you'll have a great experience, and we'll get you through the whole process.
And we're going to put all that information in the comments, how to contact Rick, how to contact our recruiters and our military recruiter specifically. And the reason we have you here, Rick, is because when people come from the military, whether, like I said, either they're currently serving or they're veterans, it's a little more, it can be a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe they're going to get deployed, or maybe they just have moving issues or whatever. So that's why you're here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and that's why we're doing this Facebook Live, is because we want to answer those questions. So let's start off, Rick. Let's say I'm a veteran. I'm not a veteran, but let's say I am a veteran, and I want to work at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. What should I do first?
Well, the first thing you should do is just look on our website, orangecountysherifoffice.com. You look at, you can hit careers at the top, and then what you can do is scroll down. It'll say law enforcement or civilian, whichever one you want, and then you click job openings. You could go down, scroll down. You'll see my picture there. Looks good. Thank God for Photoshop.
Yeah, look for this guy.
And look, they took a couple chins out. They put a little color where there was no color. It's a beautiful photo. But anyway, you just contact me. You can email me 24/7 anytime you like, and I'll walk you through the process. And our sheriff is a former military police officer from
Army
the Army.
guy. He's an Army man. Yeah.
Exactly. We have our chief, deputy chief here. She is a sergeant major in the Army Reserves.
Yeah.
We have our major that's in charge of the entire HR. He's a 25-year Army person. We have a full-time military pay person that pays Guard and Reserve. We have a person that's full-time, pays benefits while they're in the academy. We have an entire military resource group, and we're right here to take charge and jump in. And one last thing on this question. If you contact me, what's good about it is I care about you, this unit cares about you, the sheriff cares about you. We will be able to sit on the phone, we'll be able to chat online, we'll be able to do whatever we have to do to make sure that you have all the answers that you need. And if you do decide to apply, whether it's for deputy or civilian position, we and myself and our team will help you through the whole process, which is very hard to find out there these days.
So maybe talk about that process a little bit. Let's say I apply, I automatically don't get hired. There is a process. So maybe tell me about the process a little bit.
Yes, the process takes about 3 to 4 months. It could take 5 months depending on how fast you get us the information. What we do is, let's just say you wanted to be a deputy. You would apply. You would talk to me, of course. We'd talk to our team. We'd send you information. When all your questions are satisfactorily answered, you would apply. What we would do at that point is we would send you some informational stuff to do. You would make an appointment for your physical abilities test, which is 1.5 miles in 15 minutes or less, 20 push-ups or more in a minute, or 30 crunches or more. Then after that, they run you through a little PT session, because our academy's ranked #1 in Florida and for physical fitness, and #3 for academic. So we want to make sure that everyone's in really good shape to make it through that. The hard part of this is that you're competing against about 3,300 applicants. We only hire about 80 to 100. We work very hard to get you through the process. Right now, anywhere from 25 to 30% of the deputies that we hire are military veterans, or spouses, or Guard and Reserve. So we walk you through the process. You would do the physical abilities test. Then a few weeks later, you would come in. We'd hook up a microphone to your tie or shirt. You would do a voice stress analysis. Then after that, you would do a 3-week background investigation. Of course, I'll try to do everything we'll do everything we can to get you the paperwork up front so you can take care of it. After that, if you get a conditional offer from the sheriff, after we do a final interview, if that happens, then you'll do a psychological profile with a psychologist, a medical screening and drug test with a doctor. We fit you for your uniforms, and then you start the academy. Okay, the academy is 5 months, Monday through Thursday. East Campus, Valencia. And you'll be starting out there. Here's the good news. If you get the sponsorship, we will pay you $20.85 an hour, plus you can receive benefits. Plus, and I hope you're sitting down for this, if you are military and you have your GI Bill, you can collect your military housing allowance. If you have the post-911 GI Bill, it could be as much as $1,900 a month. If you're a reservist, you might get less, of course. However, you'll still be able to qualify to get your pay as long as you have an active GI Bill. And ready for this? After the 5 months of academy, you're going to go on to the basic recruit training, where you'll be making about $51,000 a year. Once training is over, you're going to work 15 days a month. And believe it or not, because we're an on-the-job training site recognized by the Veterans Administration, you'll be able to collect your military housing allowance through the academy, through the 9 weeks of basic recruit training, and every month for 1 year once you start your field training officer training. After you do 1 year on the road, you'll be able to work for any one of our reserve specialty units. And then after 2 years on the road, you'll be able to work on the road or for any one of our 41 specialty units. And the whole time you're there, you're going to be supported. If you're a Guard and Reserve, if you deploy or activate, we pay you differential pay. We help you check out of the unit. We help you check into the unit while you're gone. We'll help your family while you're gone. If you need help with your family or anything like that, we'll stay in touch with you. Here's the big deal. If you're supposed to work with us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on your regular duty, but you're supposed to have military drill that weekend, you'll receive our pay, plus you'll receive the military pay at the same time for up to 240 hours. And that's a big benefit. If you're deployed or activated, you'll be earning not only differential pay, but you'll also be earning sick day and leave days. And if you miss a promotion test, you can take it when you get back. And so that's a lot of stuff. And I know it's like drinking out of a fire hose, but if you contact me, I'll be able to explain it in detail for you. We'll also help you with your end of contract, your EASs, your different training that you have. We can work with you on that.
We already got a question, Rick. We got a lot of questions here, but I already got one from our commenter. So this is from Daniel Roman. He said, "What are the shifts? What are the working shifts?"
Very good. I had to write this one down because for some reason there's 3 shifts. Hold on one second. I wrote this down because I knew I was going to get it, and I never memorized this. So we have a 05 to 16:30. That's 5 in the morning to 4:30. Then we have an evening shift that's 1500 to 02:30. So it's 3 o'clock to 02:30. And then we have a midnight shift, which is 18:30, 6:30 to 05 to 5 in the morning. Most likely, if you're new, you're most likely, as you could expect, probably going to be on nights. But that's not a guarantee, but you most likely would be on nights.
Got another question from Facebook already. Do I keep my sponsorship if I'm deployed during the academy?
Okay, so here's the deal on that. We're not going to, you're not going to be able to deploy while you're in the academy. Now, I have some good news for you. What we do is if we hire you, we have a letter that we give your command. It's going to say, Corporal Joe Smuckatelli was hired on this date. And
that's a great name. Did you just come up with that?
No,
okay.
The Marine
Is that a
Corps,
real person?
243 years of the Marine Corps. So it'll say Joe Smuckatelli was hired by Orange County Sheriff Office. He or she will be in academy from this date to this date, from basic recruit training from this date to this date. Once you get to your field training officer, that 14 weeks, we can be more flexible because you have a year to complete that. But if you just talk to me, I'll be able to explain how it works. We might be able to get you to go to a different academy, or your command may be able to send you to different training at different time. But you can't leave the academy to go ahead to go to your training. We won't allow that because after everything goes together. You do the academy, you do the basic recruit training, and then you do the FTO, the field training officer training. But we do have a lot of gray areas where we could try to get you into a later academy, or we could try to get you into an earlier academy, or we can work with your command to try to get you orders in it, because I know they want you to have a job, because an unemployed reservist is not good for them, because they know that you're not going to hang around very long if you're not getting paid.
So you alluded to this during the talk about sort of the process of getting hired here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Yes, if you're just joining us, leave some questions for Rick DeMarco. We're talking about military recruiting right now. One of the questions was, what is the voice stress analysis test?
Voice stress
It's a good
analysis.
question. Everybody has to take it, right?
Yes. I'm a civilian, and I had to take it as well.
Me too.
And you had to take it, sir.
We passed it.
Exactly. So we do that instead of a polygraph. Polygraph has all the sensors. So what we do is we give you a 36 or 40-page package. It's got a bunch of questions. You fill it out. You turn it in. We review it for accuracy, make sure everything makes sense. Then what they do is we have an appointment. You come in, and of course I'll help you with this. As a matter of fact, I know someone that's doing it on Friday, and I'm going to be talking to him tonight about it. I'll help you through the whole process. But what they're going to do is they're going to bring you in, going to make you feel relaxed. No one's out to get you. They want you to pass this. They're going to hook up a microphone to your tie or shirt, and they're going to simply have you read back the answers that you wrote on your voice stress analysis test. That's all they're going to do. And if you show a little stress, they're going to go over it, and they're going to talk to you about it, and they're going to try to get you through it. What they're looking for is, instead of doing a polygraph, what they're looking for is to see if anybody was possibly getting stressed, possibly giving an untruth during the voice stress analysis. But I can tell you not to worry about it. Like I said, well, we can go over a little bit with you, know what to expect, what they're going to do when you get there, how to be relaxed. And also one good thing to know is the people that are doing this test, they're professionals. They're not going to bring you in. They know you're nervous. They're not going to hang a light bulb over your head, turn the lights out, and start saying that you stole chalk from the third grade chalkboard or whatever. Yeah. I don't even know if people know what chalkboards are anymore. From the dry erase board, the smart board. But anyway, don't worry about that. We'll be able to get you through that. No worries.
Yeah, and if you really want to learn about our voice stress analysis test, we did a whole podcast on it. We have a podcast here at the Sheriff's Office called Behind the Star. I did an interview with Rick DeMarco here. We talk all about the Orange County Sheriff's Office. So if you just go to Behind the Star on Apple iTunes or Google Play, you can go back and listen to the Sheriff's Office and what we do here. So I got another question for you,
yes,
Rick.
Sure.
What are the chances of getting a sponsorship? Because I'm sure we don't give that out to everybody.
Well, what are the chances of getting a sponsorship? So nationwide, 3 out of 100 people make it through the process. That's pretty scary. However, we have recruiters and we have a whole team, and we're here to get you through it. A lot of it would be stuff like we ask, do you have tattoos on your hands, neck, or face? That would be a discriminator. We ask you if you've been arrested. It's possible that you've been arrested, but it might not be anything of consequence. It may have been a long time ago, and we can work through it.
Now, we say nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. We're not looking for
mistakes
perfect
in their life sometimes.
We're not looking for perfect. And then we want to make sure that you have good credit. Again, we don't care about your credit score. We just want to make sure you're making all your payments. Some people maybe they've been fired a few times at work and there's not adequate explanation for it. That might be another reason for it. One thing that gets a lot of people out of it is they might not pass the physical abilities test. They might not pass the voice stress analysis. They may not pass the psychological or the physical, but we will do everything we can to get you through. Matter of fact, if you'd ever come to a HR meeting, we always celebrate when we got a bunch of people hired. At the end of the day, each one of the recruiters, each one of the people in HR, our whole goal, it's not attrition is the mission like the Marine Corps used to say. It's not like that. We want you to pass. We're all for you. We want you to get through the thing. However, if you're military, it's about 25 to 30% you'll get through. If you're not military, it's like 3, 4, 5% get through. I know that sounds very low, but with the help of our resource team, military resource team, the help of our recruiters and the rest of the team, we are working hard to make you look the best you can for when we stand you in front of the sheriff. When he looks at your package, he watches your video, we want him to say, yes, we want to hire that person. So we'll do everything we can to hire you.
We're getting lots of questions here, so I know we have a list of things we want to get to, but if the people got questions, we got to answer those questions.
Got to answer them.
So one of the questions is, do you get a take-home car?
You do get a take-home car. Now, after you do the academy and you do your 9-week basic recruit training, after you do your field training officer training with an experienced officer sitting next to you for 11 weeks, after you do that, sometime after that, between that and whenever a car comes available, you will receive a vehicle. And that's a really good benefit. We pay the gas, we pay the tolls, we pay the whole 9 yards. Some agencies will sponsor you. They will not give you medical benefits while you're at the academy, and when you get out, you will have to put their car on your insurance in case you get in an off-duty accident. It's not the case with Orange County Sheriff Office.
Well, that's nice. All right, another question for you. How do you work with the spouses of veterans?
Okay, so with the veterans of spouses, I was in the Marine Corps 21 years. I know when I was deployed a lot. I know what the spouses went through. I remember they were just starting to come out, because I retired in 2002. They were just starting to come out with where they would meet with the family, meet with the kids, and let them know that what they can do if they need help, and so on and so forth. As far as the spouses go, what we do is, number one, we want them to feel safe. We want to answer all the questions for them. Having a husband or a wife that's a police officer can be very nerve-wracking. It can be a potentially dangerous career. So we want to make sure that the spouse is included as much as possible. The spouse can ask us questions. The spouse can run stuff past us. And also, too, we love hiring military spouses. Military spouses is a big deal because people don't understand that a lot of times the value in military spouses. They know how to run a household, take care of kids, run a job. They know how to do that all by themselves when their spouse is gone. They're very resourceful. They know how to prepare for stuff. They know how to combat fatigue. They know how to ask for help when they need it. So anytime we can hire a military spouse or educate a military spouse on what their spouse is getting into, it's a win-win for us and it's a win-win for the family.
All right, got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is the starting salary higher if you have previous law enforcement experience?
Yes, if you have over 2 years of law enforcement experience and you can go through our equivalency of training, which, believe it or not, if you're certified in another state, we have, believe it or not, Indian River has a 2-day Saturday and Sunday course. Then we have, there's a 3-day, there's a 5-day, there's a 7 and a 14-day. If someone from out of state takes that course, passes it, and then passes the state exam, they're Florida certified. And yes, they do start out, they're going to start out at around $52,000 to start out. And they'll also receive a bonus of $2,500. And right now, I can't promise you this, but Governor DeSantis is trying to pass a bill where they would get another $5,000. So we're hoping that gets passed as well.
Got another question for you.
Yes,
we'll get back to some specific military ones, but like I said, we got to answer the questions. And if you have questions, put them in the comments below. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to answer questions here live on Facebook with military recruiter Rick DeMarco. What about off-duty work? Can I work off-duty?
You can. After you have 1 year on the road, you can work off-duty. And right now, it's $35 to $75 an hour, depending on what job you pick. If you do something that, if you want to do something close to the home, maybe something easy, $35, $45 an hour. I know that some of the people that work at Disney Springs and so on, they're making $45 an hour and things like that. So you can definitely work off duty. You can make extra money doing that. And that's what a lot of people do to make extra money. We have tons of it too. You just get it through, what you would do is you'll get the job offerings through the email. You would reply to it. You would complete the job. The sheriff office would then get paid and they would pay you through the sheriff office. That's how it works. So it's a really good system.
Can you talk a little bit about jobs that aren't deputy jobs, because
Yes.
we are always hiring both deputies and civilians here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, we have about 1,600 deputies, and we have I'd say around 800 civilian workers, of which I'm one of them. We have everything from people that work with records and work at the courthouse. We have people that work at the headquarters here. We have IT. We have fleet. We have aviation positions that are open many times. We have HR positions, different types of administrative positions. If you go to our website, orangecountysheriffoffice.com, you click careers. You scroll down, you click civilian job openings, and you're going to have all your job openings right there. If you don't see something, we also have 911. I can't believe I forgot to say that. We have 911 and emergency communication specialists, which we're always looking for. It's a fantastic job. Not everybody can do it, but if you can do it, it's a fantastic job. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to work 15 days a month and all that kind of stuff. You work like a deputy. You work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're off Monday, Tuesday. You work Wednesday, Thursday. You're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you just click on that, and it's going to tell you all about the job, and you can apply. Here's the thing. Whether it's a civilian job or it's a law enforcement job, you can contact me and my team, and we'll help you through it. We actually have civilian recruiters specifically for each job. So if you contacted me, you said, "Hey, Rick, my name's Joe Smuckatelli, and I'm going to apply as a 911 operator," I would then send you to the appropriate recruiter, and you'd be taken care of. And then you could always call me up if you had any problems, and I'm always available for you.
I feel like Joe really wants to work here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
He does.
And we should say, if you're interested in a job, we'll put the links below. It's OCSO.com/careers. We'll put it in the comments. You can go right to it. I got another question for you. This is from Pedro. If I turn 21 this month, do I have to wait until that day to put my application in?
You have to wait until you're exactly 21 to put in the application, and that's a great question. And so, we always ask about that. We always test the waters on that. But because of certain things that we want to have, in other words, we wouldn't want to put someone that's young in a certain situation. And so we're very proud of you that you want to do that. So, but I would just wait. If you turn 21 today, just put in the application tomorrow and shoot me an email. Let me know what's going on, and I'll do everything I can to help you out.
Plenty of time to apply.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time. So I got another question here, and this is a good one. This is from Jennifer. She said, "How long does the whole application process for a military spouse applying for a civilian position take? Also, will you work with spouses if they're out of state planning to retire in Florida?"
Okay, so the first part of the question is it takes 3 to 4 months. That's our standard. It could take 5, but because of the way we're set up, it's like the way we receive input on jobs, the way we go ahead and triage it out, and then the way we work the testing, it comes out to about 3 to 4 months for deputy or civilian employment. So that's number one. So it takes 3 to 4 months. Of course, you can contact me. There's things I can do because you're out of state. For anyone that's out of state, we try to work it where you make minimum trips here. For a civilian job, you might be able to show up maybe twice. You might have to come here twice. For a deputy position, you're probably going to have to show up probably 3 times if you get hired. And that's how that works. So, did I answer the second part of the question?
So yeah, if somebody is trying to work here from out of state, do you work with them and help them as well?
As a matter of fact, we just had someone that we hired. I don't want to say her name, but she was in that position. Her husband was getting transferred to Florida. She was going to retire from her job. She came here, and we did hire her. And yes, we work with people from out of state all the time, and we travel out of state all the time as well. We want to hire Orlando residents, but we do get a lot of people from out of state, especially military, and that's part of my job, and I love doing it.
Do you have any coming up at different bases or anywhere that people can meet you in person?
Yes, if you'd like to meet and hear a little bit more information, you can come up to Jacksonville, Florida on Saturday. I want to say this coming Saturday. You can come up there. There is a Women's Week of Recognition career fair. If you want to know about it, you could email me and I'll get you the information. We can meet in person. Also, I'm coming up from the 14th to the 17th of June. We are going up to Fort Campbell. We love going up there. Boy, we get a lot of people from Fort Campbell.
Where's that at for people that don't know?
That's up. It's in Tennessee. I always said Kentucky, but it's actually in Tennessee.
They're next to each other.
Right.
You're not too far off geographically.
Not too far. Then when we get back on the 17th at noon at 1300 right here in Orlando, we're having a veterans conference. And then the next Saturday, which I believe is the 18th, or is that the 19th? I believe it's the 19th. On the 19th, we're having a career fair right here in Orlando. Again, if you want more information about that, let me know. We can meet in person, and we can help. I can help you out. One thing I wanted to let you all know too, we didn't get to it yet, but if you contact me, we can do Zoom sessions as well. I do plan Zoom sessions, and I could let you know when the next one's coming up. We can pop on. You know, you don't even have to have your picture. Some people just put their name. They'll put, you know, Joe Smuckatelli or something like that, and I'll just see the name. I won't actually see the face. And then we can talk, and we can have a good conversation. But I just wanted to let you know, the mission right here of the Orange County Sheriff Office is to take care and help in any way we can our veterans, our veteran spouses, and our Guard and Reserve. That's number one. Number two, if we can, we are going to try to hire you. We're going to compete for you. We're going to try to do everything we can. Number three, we're going to help you out. I have a nephew that works for Lexus. He's a mechanic. And he said that their motto is that the salesman will sell you your first Lexus, but the service department will sell you your next one. And that's kind of how we look at it here. You know, we will explain it to you. We'll get you your job here, but for the rest of the time you're here, we're going to take care of you. We're going to sell you on. You know, hopefully in 3 years you'll love us more than you did the first year, and that's our goal. And that's what we expect to do. And to me, it's not any work. To me, it's kind of a fun thing to do. I feel like I'm still in the military, just a little older, maybe 2 or 3 pounds, a little bit heavier than I was. And
probably bench 100 more, though.
Maybe.
I got another question for you. This was one not just for military folks, but anybody that wants to work at the Sheriff's Office. Do you have to live in Orange County to work at the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
You do not have to live in Orange County. However, to get a take-home car, what you want to do is if you're more than 20, you have to be 20 miles out, and you can take the car home every night. If you're more than 30 miles out, if you're 30 miles out, you can pay a little bit extra to take it home. If you're further than that, you're going to have to park the car at something like a federal building or a post office or a fire department or a police station, and then drive the rest of the way home. But yeah, you don't have to live in Orange County.
So, question for specifically military. If you got questions, we're running out of time here, but if you got questions, put them in the comments below. We'll try to get to as many as we can. If you're interested in a job here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office, go to OCSO.com/careers. You can see all the jobs there, and we'll put Rick's contact information in the comments as well. What if I'm still in the military? When should I apply?
That's a great question. I get that all the time. So now I don't want to confuse anybody, but there's a skills bridge program that we're working on where, believe it or not, up to 18 months before you get out, if we get registered as a skills bridge program, and we're working on that right now, you would actually be able to come down here for 6 months and work with us, get paid by the military. You'd be able to job shadow, go through our process. That would be up to 18 months before you get out. As it is right now, since we're not a skills bridge program at this moment, the way it is right now is you do not have to apply any earlier than about 6 or 7 months out. And the reason I say that is because you can apply, but you have to come here physically. Nothing starts until you do the physical abilities test. Once that starts, then we go. So it's no sense applying a year out. Also, some smaller agencies, and we love them, smaller agencies will sometimes say, hey, we only have 5 or 10 openings. You need to apply now. That's not the case with us. We have 1,600 deputies. We have 50 that retire every year and go to other agencies and so on. So I've been here going on my 7th year. I've never seen us not have openings. So you don't have to rush. But what I can do for you, though, is if you contact me early, I have people overseas right now. I have people on the border between the United States and Mexico that they Zoom and FaceTime me and all that stuff. I can send you information that you could start learning about stuff and getting all your questions answered. Then when you have 6 months, you can go ahead and apply, and we'll take care of you from that point on. But no, you don't need to do it any earlier than 6 or 7 months.
What if you're deployed for 6 months or a year? I mean, how does that work with working here? You don't lose your job here.
So the USERRA law is a federal law that protects Guard and Reserve. It actually protects them up to 5 years. I'm proud to tell you that Sheriff Mina has a program here where it is unlimited. You could theoretically be gone for 10 years and we'll continue to pay differential. You'll continue to earn sick days. You'll continue to earn leave, all those type of things. So far, we've never had that. I think the highest we've ever had is 5 years, but we will take care of you. If you're gone for a couple of years, this is the way it works real quick. If that's the case, you would tell your sergeant contacts the recruiting department. We help you check out. You turn your car into your zone, your sector, excuse me. You tell us you want us to take care of your family, whatever you need, we take care of it. We'll try to send you a box with goodies in it if we can, if that's feasible. We'll stay in contact. You'll tell me when you're coming back. You'll say, Rick, I'm coming back in September. I'll put out an email to everybody here, letting them know. They'll get your uniforms ready. They'll get your weapons ready. Training, we'll get your training ready for you to do your block training, to get your car back, the whole 9 yards, your computer. When you come back, and they'll be ready. It'll all be sitting waiting for you, ready to go. I'll help you check in. One gentleman, we checked him back in 3 hours. From 1,300 to 1,600, he had everything. He even had a waiver to drive his car to the block training. So we'll do everything we can to cover you, whether you're overseas or not.
And you sort of said this at the beginning, Rick. One of our highest ranking deputy, or I guess she's technically a deputy, but she's senior staff, Chief Deputy Denise Demps. She's been gone for almost a year now, I think.
She's deployed right now. And like I said, our sheriff loves the military. Matter of fact, when I first got here, I just had a white soccer mom van. And Mayor Demings, when he saw that we were recruiting military people, goes, let's get Rick a real car. They gave me a beautiful Ford Explorer with camouflage wrap, and we drive it all over the country. We've been as far west as Texas. We go as far north as Virginia, and we go all around in between. And I'm telling you straight up, I'm a Marine, like I say, Master Sergeant E8. You guys know how that is. I'm telling you right now, they treat me like gold. They treat our military like gold, and I wouldn't say that unless it's true. They literally treat us like gold. We're winning all kinds of awards. You know, we just got the Department of Labor Award, the Gold Award, and we qualified for the Platinum. We didn't submit for it, but we qualified for it, and that's amazing. And if I remember correctly, Home Depot and Lowe's didn't even qualify for the Gold, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good companies. But I'm just letting you know, if you come here and you work here, you will be appreciated as a veteran. Your background will count, your spouse will count, your family will count, and we'll do everything we can to help you.
All right, I got one last question here from Pedro. He wants to know when you're coming to Camp Lejeune.
I was just there a couple months ago. We did Cherry Point, Lejeune, and Fort Bragg. So I would have to say, if I had to guess, I would say probably the first or second week of July, we would be scheduled to come back up there when it's nice and toasty. But you can contact me in the meantime, and then if not, I'll see you when we get there. But try to contact me ahead of time so we can get a lot of things established and I can learn a little bit about you.
Yeah, and we'll put Rick's contact information in the comments in a little bit here. Is there anything I'm forgetting, Rick? Is there anything you want to make sure people know, whether they're in the military or military veterans, about working here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Well, like I always tell everybody, you know, all the law enforcement agencies, we're all in the same game, protecting our community and helping people. We're all out to we want veterans to get hired. And we have such a good sheriff. We have such a good military group here. We have such a good organization here that we all put our pants on one leg at a time, like I say. But the only thing is, when we put our pants on, we're ranked #1 in Florida and #2 in the nation.
I like that. Is that part of your cell when you go to the bases?
It is now.
All right. All right. So like I said, if you got any questions, put them in the comments below. We're going to wrap up the Facebook Live, but we'll try to go through the questions afterwards and answer as many as we can. We'll get Rick's contact information in there. We'll put the link to where you can look for jobs here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And thanks again for joining us. And we will see you next time when we do another live recruiting event here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Semper Fi.